Hello there, this is Eli J. Brown / Sonic Jr. and Sarah, and right here in front of me are some of my 3.0 series Hero Factory Hero MOCs. As you may remember, on the left is Randall Tech, well, you could just call him Tech, in the middle is Slicer, and on the right is Radar. Now, I've actually done a few improvements to each of these guys. As you may remember, they have Toa Hordika heads onto them used as helmets. And I may do this with the other Hordika heads, especially since I'm planning on making a 3.0 hero for the Breakout series who will have the Matau head on. And anyway, if you're wondering how I did this, I'll pretty much show you how these are all done. First off, taking a look at Tech here, improvements that you've seen since its 2.0 form include the Fire Villains piece on his weapon here, kind of gives off some extra fiery poses to that, and I gave him another arm. This one came from the dropship pilot leg, which I then gave him longer legs for the 2.0 series, and of course all the rest of these pieces are from the first Stormer, the rest of the leg pieces, that is. And I got the Vakama Toa Hordika head onto the 2.0 headpiece, and what I'd done was take a axle piece, I don't know what it's called, but they use these for the hands of the Turaga sets in 2001, and then I used a full-size bushing and on there. It's attached, the Turaga hand, so-called, whatever it's called, is attached to the Vakama Hordika head. And then I used some rubber bands to get it onto there. I used one, but it didn't seem to fit very well, so I added another. It still shakes about a lot, but there is not much worry on accidentally knocking this off. Pretty much Tech's animal power, I would say, is a dragon, because I would probably say that Vakama's Hordika head looks like a dragon, so I would probably say that that's exactly the type of beast that Vakama was supposed to be based upon. And of course, he has a red helmet, but he uses all sorts of armor, such as silver and blue and white and such, which is not a bad thing at all. I pretty much like him like this. And all, he doesn't look that bad. Nice looking character. And then next off we have Slicer here. Previously I had these round pieces, I don't know what they're called, with the green rubber band from the Rock series on, and let me see if I can get it. Oh, I lifted it up. It's kind of hard to keep this balance, but no big deal. The Nokama head is actually not attached to a Hero 2.0 head. It's actually attached to an Augmatoran head, but I used a rubber band to hold this down. It would probably hold down a lot easier if one of the sides of the connector piece were not broken, but it accidentally broke in the past before I actually used this piece for this Hero MOC, which kind of explains why I have this ball cup connector piece right here to hold the head down, and this hero has quite a lot of bulk into him. You know he has a number of bionicle parts, but I'm not close-minded like some viewers out there. I just look at these as being just Lego Technic pieces, and I can use them for whatever I want. There are plenty of Hero Factory pieces on here as well, such as the original torso, armor piece, the original feet. And I don't care what other people think, but I still would consider this to be a 3.0 hero. I just used parts that I had, and such, even though I plan to buy some more Hero Factory parts in the future to build other MOCs, especially some planned for 2012, and that's enough for Slicer right now. And finally, here we have Radar here. This was actually the first one that I did, in case you forgot. Well, the first 3.0 hero MOC that I've done. I mean, I improved the heads of the pack first. You may remember that I had the Hordika Wenua head on backwards to make it look more bat-like, and I forgot to say this when I was reviewing Slicer, but his animal power is a whale. I certainly think that Hordika Nokama is supposed to be a whale. As for Wenua, I would say that he is a bat. He's got bat wings, and I turned the head around to make it more proportional there, because I like it better like this, regardless of what anyone thinks. And, for keeping this head onto the hero head, it is attached to a hero head. This is a lime green head, which I got from my Surge 2.0, which I bought just to build the body, to add the original 1.0 head onto there, because I like the 1.0 head better in some cases, that is. And holding the head down is quite similar to what I did for Tech, only I used this piece that has a pole going this way and axle going this way. I don't know what that piece is called. If you know what I'm talking about, you should probably know what piece it is, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm sorry, I don't have time to bring the piece out, or bring another piece just like it out to show you, but if you do know what I'm talking about, that's not a problem. What I did was actually use a Exoforce hand to add extra support in there, and I also used the rubber band as well there. And that shows my Hero Factory 3.0 Hero MOCs. All of these guys are members of Thresher's hero team. They're new members. Of course, Radar is the oldest of the three, since Radar actually, in my Hero Factory history, began its life as a 1.0, while Tech and Slicer were born as 2.0. And, if you're wondering if the same ability works for the other three Toa Hordika heads, the Anawa, Nuju, and Matau heads, they do work, but I may show you how they work in a separate video. They work in so many different ways. Of course, I certainly don't know if it would even be possible to get a hero head to attach to the Nokama head, since there is so much around here, which is, well, along with running out of heads for supplies, I used the Oppentorn head instead of it. So, there you go. If you like these MOCs, you can go ahead and build them yourself. And even if you wish, you can also build them in the proper form of 2.0 or 3.0, since these are heroes built with the 1.0 system. And of course, if you also are wondering what I've done with the rest of the parts to the 1.0 heroes, after adding the original heads to the 2.0 and 3.0 heroes, well, there you go. Here they are. I used them to build MOCs like these. So, I'll talk to you again later.